Climatology, UPSC Mains Previous Year Questions 1979 to 2024 Section 1, Atmosphere, Origin, Composition and Structure. Question 1. The troposphere is a very significant atmospheric layer that determines weather processes. How? Year 2022, 15 marks. Question 2. What are aurora australis and aurora borealis? How are these triggered? Year 2024, 15 marks. Section 2, Temperature and Pressure. Question 1. Had there been no Himalayas, what would have been the winter climate in North India? Year 2001, 10 marks. Question 2. What do you understand by the phenomenon of temperature inversion in meteorology? How does it affect weather and the habitants of the place? 100 words. Year 2013, 5 marks. Section 3, Atmospheric Circulation, Planetary and Local Winds. Question 1. List the significant local storms of the hot weather season in the country and bring out their socio-economic impact. Year 2010, 24 marks. Section 4, Atmospheric Stability and Instability. No questions listed in this section. Section 5, Rainfall, Patterns, Intensity and Western Disturbances. Question 1. What is intensity of rainfall? Discuss its importance to Indian farmers. Year 1995, 15 marks. Question 2. Why do the Western Ghats receive more rainfall than the Eastern Ghats? Year 1995, 3 marks. Section 6, Winter Rains and Western Disturbances. Question 1. Unlike most other parts of the country, why is the Tamil Nadu coast wettest in November-December and not in July-August? Year 1980, 3 marks. Question 2. Which part of India receives more rainfall from the northeast monsoon than from the southwest monsoon? Explain why it is so. Year 1994, 15 marks. Question 3. Write a note on winter rains in India. Year 2006, 2 marks. Question 4. The winter rains in North India are largely related to jet streams and western disturbances. Bring out the relationship. Year 2008, 15 marks. Section 7, Localized Rainfall. Question 1. Write a short note on mango showers. Year 2000, 2 marks. Question 2. Write about northwesters in 20 words. Year 2008, 2 marks. Section 8, Monsoons and Mechanism of Indian Monsoons. Question 1. Monsoon is known to be an energy released by the sea. Explain. How does this energy benefit the entire economic system of our country? In what ways could this country prepare itself to fight the vagaries of the monsoons? Year 1982, 30 marks. Question 2. What is the basis of monsoon forecasts now prepared by the Indian Meteorological Department, which have been reasonably correct for the last 3 successive years? Year 1991, 20 marks. Question 3. Discuss the origin of monsoon in India. Year 1997, 15 marks. Question 4. Explain the causes of the Indian monsoon. Year 2001, 10 marks. Question 5. Discuss the distribution of winds and rainfall over India in the summer monsoon season. Year 2002, 10 marks. Question 6. How far do you agree that the behavior of the Indian monsoon has been changing due to humanizing landscapes? Discuss. Year 2015, 12.5 marks. Question 7. Explain how the Himalayan and the Tibetan highlands play an important role in the development of the southwest monsoon. 125 words. Year 2007, 10 marks. Question 8. What characteristics can be assigned to monsoon climate that succeeds in feeding more than 50% of the world population residing in monsoon Asia? 250 words. Year 2017, 15 marks. Section 9, El Niño. Question 1. What is El Niño? How is it relevant to India? Year 1988, 3 marks. Question 2. What is El Niño? Year 1994, 3 marks. Question 3. What is El Niño? What is its relevance to India? Year 1995, 3 marks. Question 4. Write a short note on El Niño. Year 2001, 2 marks. Question 5. Write a short note on El Niño, La Niña and monsoon rains. Year 2004, 2 marks. Question 6. Most of the unusual climatic happenings are explained as an outcome of the El Niño effect. Do you agree? Year 2014, 10 marks. Section 10, jet streams. Question 1. What are jet streams? Year 1993, 3 marks. Section 11, air masses. Question 1. Discuss the concept of air mass and explain its role in macroclimatic changes. Year 2016, 12.5 marks. Section 12, fermentagenesis. Question 1. Write a brief but precise note on fermentagenesis and fermentalysis. Year 2010, 5 marks. Section 13, cyclones, anticyclones, thunderstorms and tornadoes. Question 1. The recent cyclone on the east coast of India was called Phelan. How are the tropical cyclones named across the world? Elaborate. 100 words. Year 2013, 5 marks. Question 2. Tropical cyclones are largely confined to South China Sea, Bay of Bengal and Gulf of Mexico. Why? Year 2014, 10 marks. Question 3. What is sea surface temperature rise? How does it affect the formation of tropical cyclones? Year 2024, 10 marks. Question 4. What is a twister? Why are the majority of twisters observed in areas around the Gulf of Mexico? Year 2024, 15 marks. Section 14, weather and climate. Question 1. Bring out the significance of the various activities of the Indian Meteorological Department. Year 2009, 15 marks. Question 2. Briefly mention the alignment of major mountain ranges of the world and explain their impact on local weather conditions, with examples. 250 words. Year 2021, 15 marks. Question 3. Discuss the meaning of color-coded weather warnings for cyclone-prone areas given by the Indian Meteorological Department. Year 2022, 10 marks. Section 15, classification of world climates and climatic regions. Question 1. Mention the agroclimatic regions of India stating the basis of classification. Year 2000, 10 marks. Section 16, urban climate. Question 1. Bring out the causes for the formation of heat islands in the urban habitat of the world. 100 words. Year 2013, 5 marks.